Hey everyone. So it's been a while. We were celebrating my son's graduation, and we were out of town, and I left the garden, and I knew it was in good hands with Mother Nature because it was raining when I left a lot. So things have really changed in the garden for just in the matter of 2 days. Over here, I have planted two squash plants, and then I still have broccoli over here, so I'll probably get this one little head of broccoli out of here. I don't see any others yet, but I'll probably get that little one because it looks like it's going to bolt really quick. There's some others on this side, but I don't know if they're going to do anything because it's just getting so hot. But I am looking forward to saving a lot of these seed that are coming about. This here is an onion. Let me turn you guys around. All right, so right there we have an onion seed. It's a green onion. So it's going to seed, and if you look, it's going to have a ton of seed once it dries out. These are okra that I had planted. There was 3 red burgundy okra. This is the red Russian kale here. It's doing well. There were some more onion. This, I believe, is a garlic. That, I want to say, was a cauliflower. I'm not positive on that, but there's Swiss chard here. Over here is where the turnip is going to seed, and I am not decided on whether or not I'm going to wait for that because I have some more tomatoes that I want to put in, maybe in a couple more peppers. This is a kale tucked back here. There were some peas in here, and yeah, they didn't do anything. They were back here, so yeah, they never did anything. These are spinach. No, this is a Swiss chard, I believe. I thought these were all spinach though. But does spinach turn red on the end like that? I've never collected spinach seeds, but I know that I had all spinach here, so I don't know. This, I believe, was a Brussels sprout. I'm not sure if it was a Brussels sprout or a cauliflower, one of the two, but it never did anything for me because I guess it got too hot too quick. So I'll probably end up taking that out. Just use the leaves. Same for that one, use the leaves. This one's going to seed. This one's going to seed, so I'll probably just take it out. This lettuce is getting tall. I'm gonna chop that down and feed some of that to the rabbits. I'm not sure if it's been bitter. Yeah, it's a little bitter. So I'll probably just give that to the rabbits and get that out of there. This one I've been waiting for because I want the seeds from this one. And that's a broccoli. I want the seeds from that one. That's going to be a ton of seed. So, yeah. The turnips, I'm not so sure I'm going to wait for the seed on that. I'll probably just take those out of there. This squash looks like it's doing very well. It is the yellow zucchini. Very well. There's onion in there with that one. If you can see, it's starting to bulb there. So you want to just kind of wipe away when it starts to bulb like that. You want to clear a path for it to, give it some space. And then if it starts to get too long, you can trim it. Give the plant a message to concentrate on the root instead of concentrating on producing those shoots. Oh, look at that. It's a pea pod. One pea pod. Oh, there's a couple there. These are my purple beans here. Looks like something's been getting at them. These are kohlrabi. This was a spinach. This will have to come out. Kohlrabi again. These were red mustard greens. And I'll have to take these out because they have bolted. Cucumber. There's pickles. I have pickles in here, 4 pickle plants, and then there's a Space Master underneath there. There's more beans over here. It looks like they're getting attacked by something. There's bunching onions in there, chives, and more bunching onions. I think I tucked a basil in somewhere too, over here by the, yep, there's basil there. And it's, even the basil is getting eaten. Huh, that's strange. Another basil there. Cilantro is trying to go to seed. I'm just gonna let it do what it does, and then it'll just come back in the same place next year. This, I want to say, is a rutabaga. I want to say that's a rutabaga. I'm not sure. I know I have kohlrabi, rutabaga, and collard greens and cabbage in this bed. This was a romaine lettuce, and I'm sure that it's gone bitter. I will harvest that, and it will go to the rabbits. This is ready to come out. It is all dried. That, I believe, is a Swiss chard seed. Not sure if that's a Swiss chard. I think it's a Swiss chard, and it's from last year. I don't see any of the flowers that I planted in here, unless, I don't know about whatever this stuff is here. I think this is this alyssum that's trying to come up. I think this is a weed. There's a couple of them, and I thought they were like some of the flowers I planted, but I don't know. I have no idea. But I have some cabbage back here that I thought was starting to form. I got the shade cloth up all along here, try to help some of this stuff survive. But in a minute, I'm just gonna harvest all of this. I believe these are collard greens. I have 2 types of collard greens out here, so I think these were collard greens too. Some of the flowers have went ahead and bloomed. I think these are the bachelor buttons. Bachelor buttons, very pretty. These radishes, I gotta get these radishes out of here. They are starting to go to seed over here. The white icicle radishes. So yeah, I gotta get those out of there. There's more onion in there. There's onion all along the way there. This is the salsa garden. So kale I got on this side, and then tomatoes, peppers, onion, all in this bed. I'll have to plant more cilantro, and I'll probably keep it in the shade somewhere, because it's just gonna bolt on me if I try to plant cilantro now. I'm gonna take what I have and maybe freeze it or dry it. I have that herb drying rack that I got from Her Healthy Home, and I'm gonna probably start to use that. Okay, over here we got the tomatoes, black crim, I believe, blueberry tomatoes, strawberry tomatoes, Cherokee purples, getting some flowers on them. I need to get in here and prune these. These are Romas, peppers all along the fence there. Over there's my secret seed. Those are my secret seed peppers. The watermelons are doing pretty good. Over there, I've got some greens tucked away behind this bush as a shade block. Over here is the pumpkin that I got from Gail Southern Living. This is my single seed, which is the eggplant, the White Knight eggplant. That's a yellow tumbling tom tomato. Those are nasturtiums. There's oregano down in here. And on the other side, I have some black radish that look like they're doing good. These are all peppers here along the fence. This is my secret seed from the Vineyard Chicks. These were beans. Looks like something is trying to attack them as well. But they're still doing very well. They're climbing. Over here I have some scarlet runner beans, and they're climbing. This, I want to say, is calendula. This is calendula, and then I've got some cut flower in here. Looks like some bachelor button. These two are King of the North peppers. And then these two are the jalapeno, the jalapenos that are not hot. More flowers here. The sunflowers are shooting up on both sides. This is lavender down in here that I had winter sown. This is a Swiss chard, needs to come out. These are those little flowers that I had in here last year, the portulacas. I like those. They're pretty resilient. There's some pansies in there. Those are bunching onion. Oops, bunching onion. This is some type of squash. I thought I put a label there. This is a honey boat, I know that, and I think that one is a round zucchini, but I could be wrong. I thought this was a marigold, but I don't know yet. Looks like a marigold. Another portulaca. I planted this yellow moon and stars here, but it doesn't look like it's going to do anything. That was kale going to seed there. I think I'm just going to leave it because, I mean, look at this. I think I wanted to say this was flower seeds that came out of the winter sown jugs that I had sitting here, and that these are all going to be flowers. But is that just wishful thinking, or am I looking at a bunch of weeds? Can anyone tell me if they can recognize this little leaf, these leaves here, and tell me if these are actually flowers or if these are all weeds? And then I have a sunflower here. And then there's an okra. It's a Go Big okra. I don't know if it's going to do anything. It looks pretty small. I took the turnips out of this little bed here. Took those out. And I put in, I want to say a spaghetti squash. And yeah, that's a spaghetti squash there. And this one is this is the round zucchini over here. So I don't know which one that one is. Some type of squash, I don't know. So all these tomatoes are looking good. And then there's a grow bag here with just flowers in it, and then one small pepper, salsa pepper. I want to get all that stuff that's in this corner here cleared out and plant more peppers and tomatoes that I have left. That's basil I put in there, onions, more onions, and then I stuck the ground cherries in here as well. These are the ground cherries here and here. So yeah, that's what's going on inside the garden. Let's look at the outside. So this is a grapevine here. Looks like it's doing fine. It's a little thirsty maybe, but it's hanging in there. I got another one on the other side. These are just pots that I just left, and I didn't empty them. I didn't do anything with them. They were from last year, so they're all going to seed. Probably just going to leave them. This is all going to seed here. This is collards and kale, and I believe some lettuce was in there as well. So probably save the seed from that. And what I'll probably do is just, since I kind of don't really know what seed is what over there, because that's from last year, I might just save that seed and then sprinkle it around in the rabbit area so that that stuff grows in there and they can eat it as it grows in there. It's just lettuce and kale and collard, so it's all okay for them to eat. So that's probably what I'll do. Over here, this is the 1,000 head kale. This is calendula, doing well, doing well, doing well. Swiss chard there. These are my cherry tomatoes. So these two are my black cherry, and then these three are the Brad's atomic grape. And then I've got some basil in there. Over here is the beans and the cucumbers. This is Kentucky Wonder here. See, I got the tag hanging. So these are Kentucky Wonder, and then I know on this side is Scarlet Runner beans. And I don't remember, but I think I tucked in some of those Chinese noodle beans in here. I planted those Chinese noodle beans, and I know where they're at. They're over there by the purple ones. Never mind, I know where they're at. Yeah, those are over by the purple beans. So over here we have a cucumber. And I want to say that this is let me think. Space Master? I don't know now. I can't remember. I'll have to look back. But I think these are Space Masters. I have 3 cucumbers in here. So one is a Be It Alpha, one is a Space Master, and no, actually 2 Space Masters, a Be It Alpha, and a lemon cucumber. This one on the end was a lemon cucumber. So I'm gonna have to string them up, and they're gonna climb on the frame. They're gonna climb the frame of the greenhouse. And then all here I have basil and parsley, and then on this side is dill. I don't see the dill. I see very little dill coming up, but I see a lot of clover in there. And I'm not even gonna bother the clover. I'm just gonna leave it. it's gonna work as a mulch, as a ground cover. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to pull all that clover out of there. But yeah, and then there's cantaloupe in there. I've got 3 cantaloupe in there. There's one, and then there's one over here, and then there's one over here. Those are the cantaloupe that Gail from Gail's Southern Living sent me. So looks like everything over here is doing fine. And then we're going to take a look at the sweet potato slips I planted. And I have a ton of something coming up over here. I don't know if I think it's squash. So, I mean, there's a bunch coming up. And I pulled a few out already. But there are 2 sweet potato slips in there. There's this one, and then there's this one. But then all these are squash plants. Or something. They might be melons, but I believe they're squash plants. I'm not even gonna bother. There's another grapevine there. My nectarine has leaves on it. There's my nectarine right there. See it? Little bitty. Where am I at? Little bitty nectarine right there. Now the pear hasn't done anything, and there's very little on the peach, so I might have to take the pear and get my money back for that. But the other 2 seem to be doing a little bit of something. These are all the raspberry plants along this way. Raspberries. We looked at this. This is the nasturtium and the pumpkin and the black radishes. Lots of mushrooms growing in my wood chips. These are the berries I planted. I got berries, blueberries, 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 and then 2 elderberries down on that end. And then these are all blackberries over here. There's another little tiny blackberry there. And that's it. That is it. I still have a ton of seedlings, and I've been selling them. So I feel like I'm going to go ahead and clear that corner out over there and just make use of some of the extra tomatoes and peppers that I have left. Maybe even a couple more watermelons. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.